What is up? It is Red, the Rideshare Ginger, coming right back at you here in my living room again. Today we're going to talk about a little bit something different though. We're going to talk about Turo, not Rideshare, but Turo. Turo, the app. If you don't know about Turo, in the description, I'll have my referral code for Turo. Get you, I think, $25 for your first rental if you use the code. So hop on there, take a look at it. But I'm going to talk to you about Turo. Turo, I started in November, and I started kind of out of necessity or just out of opportunity, I guess would be a better way to look at it. But I was at the end of my lease, had 2 months left, and I hopped into a new vehicle in October, and I saw an opportunity to throw the vehicle on there to start making a little bit of extra cash with it because I had 2 months left on the lease. So I popped my 2017 Fusion on there in November, had it on there November, December. It's now on there January. I've extended the lease out a little bit, at least till March, and I might extend it again, but we'll see how that goes. And then I added a second vehicle, again, kind of out of necessity, or I guess opportunity. Got into a crash in the middle of December. Needed a vehicle to get by for a week or so until I figured out what I was doing with that vehicle. And I'd planned on buying another vehicle that I was aiming for January, but crash happened, so I bought it in the middle of December. So I got the 16 Fusion on there. So I got two Fusions, 17 Fusion, 16 Fusion, both on Turo. And let's go ahead and take a look at the earnings. Let's talk about it a little bit and see if Turo is a viable option for you in Chicago and what you're looking at. So let's pull up the earnings here. As you can see, $1,182 is for last year. I'm going to flip over real quick, show you that it is just all in the 2017 Fusion for for November and December of last year. And there's the earnings for the 2016 Fusion aren't popping up on here for December because the rental that started in December didn't end until December was over, so it's not going to show you the earnings there. And you're also going to see a little bit of missed earnings in there. And the reason for the missed earnings in December for me are because of the car crash. So got in a car crash. The Fusion rental actually ended the same day as my crash, so I had it open, but I had a rental that was starting the next day. Canceled that rental, so I missed out on, what's it saying here, $124 worth of earnings, which, you know, sucks, but I needed a car until I bought that other Fusion, so I canceled that rental, and then I got it right back out for the next rental at that point. So as you can see, 2 months worth of earnings, $1,182. Could have been a little bit more. I mean, I could have had another 124, so we could be looking at a little over 1,200, but overall decent earnings in my opinion for the first 2 months I was on there. So first month shows less than $600. That's actually more than 600 because some of those earnings, like I said, with the 16 Fusion, if it ends the following month, they don't show up on the current month. So it was a little over 600 for November, and I was on pace for close to 750 for December until obviously the accident, and I had to pull it off there. So overall, I think a solid 2 months to start with there, and it's getting rented out a good amount of days. It's been pretty solid so far. So let's go ahead and take a look. I'm going to pull up the vehicle here, and then we're also going to take a look at the calendar so you can see when it's been rented out. So scroll up to November. November, as you can see, that's what, one full day that it wasn't rented since it started being listed. And then you go on December, and it's only 4 full days on there for the most part that it wasn't rented, because you see that gap in the center, but that gap in the center is actually the crash for me. So when you look at the 16th on through there, 16th through the 30th, that was me taking the vehicle off there for the crash. So it was rented almost every day, and that's pretty solid in my opinion. And then scroll down to January, a little bit slower, but January is expected to be a slower month. So I had a gap in there, but we're trying to fix that a little bit. So let's flip over to the 16 Fusion. So the 16 Fusion didn't go on until technically January is when it first got listed. I got the vehicle in the middle of December, but didn't get it listed on Turo until started January because I actually let my father used the vehicle because he got in a crash around the same time I did. So if you look at January, it's been a solid month for the 16 Fusion. We got a little bit of a gap in here, but again, January is a slow month, so it's kind of expected, in my opinion. January, February should be slower months for Turo just overall, but I mean, you're taking a look at it, it's been rented out a lot of days in my opinion. So let's flip over real quick, take a look at just my overall stats. So response rate, acceptance rate, commitment rate. And I've gotten all 5-star ratings. Response rate's 100%, acceptance rate's 100%, and the commitment rate's low just because of that one canceled ride that I told you about. But outside of that, it's good, solid ratings. So overall, I'm learning Turo, but I think I've got a good grasp on it. I'm finding the good price range, or what I think is a good price range. So I have a few strategies. We're going to continue testing them out, but I wanted you to see my earnings real quick to show you that this is a viable option, in my opinion, in Chicago to make things happen. I mean, $1,200 in earnings in 2 months on one vehicle. And so you average $600 earnings per month. And I'm new at this, so I'm still probably a little bit low from what I could be, but $600 per month. Let's say my expenses are roughly $400. $200 profit per vehicle that you got on there, and I'm new and I'm trying to figure this out, and my expenses are probably a little bit high right now, so we're going to keep trying to bring those down and try to maximize revenue. And I'm trying a few different strategies, trying to figure out the right price. Biggest thing is, do not let Turo set the price for you. Set it yourself. You're going to want it lower than what they're setting it at. You're not going to get any rentals at the price they're setting it at. And I've noticed that immediately and right away. So I will do a couple more Turo videos for some tips and things as to what's going on, but overall great experience with Turo so far. Very minor issues, if any issues that I've had. Passengers returning the vehicle clean, returning it probably cleaner than when I give it to them in some instances, and then also returning it with more gas. So like, that's one strategy that I'll let you know right now that I try is I always try to give it to them with about 3/4 a tank of gas. So people are pretty happy with 3/4 of a tank. It's not full, but it's not anywhere near empty. And then more often than not, they got to return it with, so more often than not, they return it full because they got to return it with the same amount of gas or more. And I mean, are you trying to guess 3/4 of a tank, or you're just going to fill it up? So I'm actually making a little money back on the gas side, especially when I'm doing deliveries. Now, if they return it back full and it's getting picked up at my house, then I'm not profiting anything off of there at all. But if I got to do a delivery to O'Hare, then all that extra gas isn't there. All that extra gas in there is just money in my pocket, essentially, that I didn't have to spend on the delivery at that point. So just, that's one tip that I'd like to throw out there right now, but we'll come back later with a few more tips, and it'll be more of a tip video, less of an earnings video, and I'll try to update you with my earnings as time goes on. But just wanted to pop in real quick. I don't want to extend this video too long, so I'm going to get out of here. But if you didn't see it, my video right before this, money, take a look at it. It's me giving back to my subscribers a little bit here, so take a look at it, and it's a way for me to give back to everybody and try to keep growing this channel, try to keep giving good info out there that you guys are looking for. But until next time, like, comment, share the video, send me emails if you have questions, comment if you have questions. The best way to get a hold of me, and all the info will be in the description. Like I said, take a look at the Turo. If you're looking to be a renter, get $25 off your first rental by using my referral code. Why not? It doesn't do much for me, but it's going to do a lot more for you. So take a look at it. But until next time, thank you for watching. I'll try to be back a little bit sooner with more videos, more content, better content. So the more questions that you ask, the better content I can put out there. Thanks, guys.